Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I actually already filmed a video and decided I didn't really like that video, so I decided to start over, and in between I went out and just picked up a couple things at the drugstore. So I'm gonna do my first impressions of these two Quo products that I got at Shoppers Drug Mart. If you're not Canadian, Shoppers Drug Mart is like a drugstore here, and they have their own like house brand that's like called Quo. So I got a couple things that were on sale. They were actually like the holiday sets, but obviously now it's January, so everything was kind of going on sale. And I grabbed lunch while I was out, so that's why you'll be seeing me drinking this McDonald's iced coffee at the same time. Okay, so like here's my bag. I went into the store with a budget. I was like, I'm only spending maximum of $50 in here. I didn't end up spending that much. I spent $40, and that's because I picked up a couple extra little things like these Nivea makeup wipes. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about wipes, because I like the ease of it, just wiping off your makeup at the end of the night. You know, like when you're really tired and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to like wash my face right now, like fully, I just want to go to sleep. I love them for the convenience of that and everything, but I find they really dry out my skin, and I already have very dry skin. But I saw these ones. Firstly, they were on sale, so bonus, but also these ones are specifically for dry skin. So I've never tried this particular cloth before, so we're gonna see if it's gonna make a difference in terms of the dryness. I mean, I always moisturize every night anyways, but I just really have a problem with dry skin, and it's not, I don't know, it's not like really that much better when I wash my face either, because that also kind of dries out my skin. And okay, there's like a fluff stuck in my lipstick. Okay, gone. Yeah, so we'll see if these ones are a little bit better for the drying aspect. And then I also just picked up this little, I realized I didn't have a pencil sharpener, and I'm trying to go through, because I usually use a liquid eyeliner, but I have all these like fun, colorful eyeliners that I'm trying to use up this year, 2020, and I realized that like I don't have a sharpener for those. So I got this, it's just Essence brand, so it was like the cheapest little sharpener I could get, because like who cares about sharpeners. So I got that as well, and then the two Quo things that I'm going to show you, and all of that I got for under $50. I got it for $40.12 Canadian. So that's pretty good. I mean, I guess a lot of my viewers are probably American, and so it may sound like a lot, but just remember that like things cost more. Like our dollar is different, so this would not be $40 American. It would probably be more closer to like $28 kind of thing American, roughly, with the conversion. So the first thing I got was this Quo matte lip crayon set, and I thought it was like a really good deal because it was on special from original price, as you can probably see the tag still on it there, $20 down to $9.99, and it comes with a bunch of different colors. Plus I thought like a lot of times with these sets that come with like a bunch of different colors, there's always like a bunch in there. I find that I'm like, oh man, will I ever use that? Like that color's tacky, or you know, whatever. But I thought this one was pretty good, because the only color I can't really see myself ever maybe wearing is this really, really dark purple one. But the rest of them for me seem like totally wearable. They're mostly nudes, obviously. There's like a red in there. Everyone needs like a red lipstick. And I like that they're mini. I like that they're tiny, because I've said this in another video about other lip products, that I really like the mini versions, because it takes me so long to go through lip products. Like I do not go through them quickly at all, because I have tiny lips, so I don't use a lot of product at a time. And whenever I have a full size like lipstick or like a liquid lipstick, I just feel like I can never use it all before it goes bad anyway. So I like that these are like mini size, because I feel like I can actually maybe use a couple of them up fully. And same with like my other go-to lip product that is more of a high-end one is the Tarte Lip Paints, and I only buy them when they have like those bundles with the two minis, or like some other kind of way I can get like a mini one, because again, like I think I can actually use up a mini one, and it's just better, it works better for me. So let's get into this thing. And I just also want to mention that like, although I set it as kind of a plus that these are all like wearable shades. I feel like now that I'm looking at it critically, I think maybe that only applies to like white people like me, like really pale white people, because I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking if somebody had a deeper skin tone, like would this be as usable? And I feel like no. So maybe that's like a con, like for some of you that have like darker skin, because for you guys, I mean, maybe only the 2 dark shades are like the only wearable ones. Like obviously I don't know that experience really, but I'm just looking at it and thinking about it in my mind, and I'm like, it might only be like good for people that are pale like me. So I'm just gonna pull each of these out and see what they're like. I'm already wearing lipstick today, so I'm not gonna put it on my lips, but I might just swatch them on my arm. Okay. Do they have names? I don't know if each color has names or what. I don't see like a shade name on here. I don't think. That's weird. I would have thought they'd give them like names, but none of these seem to like really have a name. They're just what they are. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever. So I just pull a random one out here and like do a bit of a swatch on my hand. They look like pretty good. I'm trying to press lightly because I don't want to like totally wreck them, but if I give it a little more pressure, you can see it's looking pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So I'm excited to try these. Do they roll up? Yeah, they do. I mean, they must, obviously, but wonder how much, if you guys are wondering how much actual product is in there, let's just take one. I want to take the purple one because I won't care as much if I wreck it here. Let's see just like how far up they actually roll, just so you get an idea of how much product is actually in there. So that's all the way rolled up, all the way rolled up. So there's very little product in here. They are they are packaged and sold as like, I don't know. Yeah, they say 1.2 grams. I don't know if that's true because it looks like not very much. But again, that's not like, for me, that's not a problem. But if you're someone who goes through lip products like really quickly, then this might not be the best choice for you. Although you do get 8, so it should last like a while in that sense. So let me just wipe this off. Might as well dig into the makeup wipes so that I can do this here. I'm going to wipe this off, and then I'm going to get into the other product that I bought. Okay, so the other one is this. This is the Quo Party Perfect Eyeshadow Palette, and it was on sale from regular price $30. It was down to $15, so it's half price, which is, I think, a pretty good deal. And it's got 12 different shadows in here. Firstly, I like the packaging. It's kind of like got that cardboard packaging but with the clear top so you can kind of see the colors. So I like that. I prefer, like, my ultimate favorite kind of packaging for any kind of like eyeshadow palette is like a tin package. Like the Balm has a couple now that are in tin packaging, which I love that idea, and obviously Too Faced is known for their tin packaging. Those are my favorite kind of packages because I feel like they're very sturdy. If you're ever traveling or throwing it in your bag or something, you don't need to like necessarily worry that it's gonna just flip open and all of your shadows are gonna get destroyed kind of thing. So that would be, I guess, my like A+ for packaging. This one though is not terrible. Like, I don't mind it. I'm just taking off the little, there's like a plastic sheet protecting them. So I'm just gonna take that off here. The shade names are still on there though, like they weren't on the plastic. Sometimes they put it on the plastic sheet, which I find really annoying because then once you take it off, you're like, well, now I don't know what they're called. So I'll just try and do a close-up. So I know my camera's not the greatest, so if you can't tell, those ones that are speckled, they're not like glitters. Like at first, like on my camera at least, it kind of looks like they're like a glitter, but they're not. They're just like a speckled, like a marbled kind of a shadow. So it looks to me that there are definitely a mix of, like, this one's matte, 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 it looks like. Then there's a couple that are like satin. This one's a little more sparkly, like shimmery. And then there's these speckly ones, right? So I'm going to swatch them for you on my arm just to see how they look. It's obviously very neutral. If you're not into neutrals, you probably wouldn't want this at all. But I liked the idea of like the marbling in those couple of shadows. That's something I don't know if you guys noticed, but like Tarte did that with one of their holiday palettes this year. and I thought it was really cute. Whether or not that actually impacts on the shade, like how it performs, I don't know. I'm gonna find out because I don't have any products like that so far. But here's the first shade. This is called Tuxedo. I'm just gonna do it on. I'm really pale, so this might not show up. It's like one of the lighter shades. Ooh, it does. See, I actually like that. Again, it's like, if you're someone with darker skin, you probably would hate this palette because none of the colors are going to be deep enough for you. But for me, I always find it the opposite problem. Like, I don't know, some of the lighter shades, I find like they're so close to my skin tone that it's almost like invisible. So I like that I can actually see that on my skin. So when I put it on my eyes, ideally, I'd be able to see it. So that was Tuxedo. Next is one of the marbly shades. So I'm just going to swatch that. It is Confetti. Obviously, once you rub your finger in it, they all mix together. So we'll see what that's going to look. Ooh, I actually really like that. That looks really pretty. It's like a pinky brown. Nice shimmer there. Very pretty. Next one is Tinsel, and it kind of looks like the same color as Tuxedo, except shimmer. Right. Yes, that's pretty much accurate. I really like that. I think I might even try using that like for a highlight because it's very reflective. Like very reflective, as you can see. It's like beaming. So that's kind of cool. I really like that. Very sparkly. Next one is called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but it's called Bisou, I think. You'll see when I hold it up again, and maybe you can correct my pronunciation there. This one's like a pink with some, so it's got like some sparkle to it, but it's basically matte, just with like a tiny, tiny bit of sparkle to it. You won't even probably be able to see the sparkle on camera. If it'll focus, I don't know. It's pretty though, I like it. Next one is Fizzy. This one looks more like a champagne shimmer, which, I mean, I love that idea. So let's see. Oh, yeah, it's a little darker than a champagne once you actually put it on. Like, it shows up a lot darker than I expected that it would, but very nice. Next is Bougie. This looks like a dark, like a cranberry almost. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Very similar to that first shade, but a little bit less shimmery, I would say. They're both shimmers, but one's a little, this one up here looks a little more like in your face shimmery. Could just be that I put it on a little heavy there. So there we go, that's that. Next is the next marbled shade, which is called Bubbly. Also, I don't know if you guys just noticed that. I'm gonna replay this and see if I can notice on myself, but my left eye, oh my god, my left eye, you guys, my left eye. It has been doing this weird eyelid spasmy twitches, like, multiple times a day. Like, I swear, like, probably 50 times a day, just periodically throughout the day. It will just do this weird, like, thing. And it's been happening, I swear to you guys, for like 3 weeks. And every single day it happens. And I'm like, what is going on with my eye right now? Like, what is going on? So I think that'll be pretty funny if that was like actually noticeable on camera, because I can obviously feel it every time it happens, but it's so, you probably didn't even notice. All right, Bubbly. Let's do this. It looks like a gold shade. Okay, it's actually very similar to the 2 shades before that, Fizzy. But again, it's a little more like reflective. I feel like that's the thing with these marbled shades, is maybe that's adding to the, like, how reflective they are. Next is a matte shade called Celebrate. Again, in that mauvey pink kind of cranberry kind of realm. That's pretty. Next is one of the darker mattes. It's called Soiree. The mattes like feel so good when I touch them. Like when I swirl my finger around in it, it's like so smooth and like so pretty. Ooh, I love that. It's like a dark taupey purple almost. So pretty. All right, there's 2 marbled shades in the bottom row here, so I'm gonna make sure I get that really dark matte off my finger. So next is Glitz. All right, let's see how this goes. Nice. Very nice. Ooh, I like that. Super pretty. And then we have Toast, which is like a really nice basic matte brown. These mattes, you guys, they feel so good. Like, they just feel really good to touch. Okay, so there's that matte brown there. And then the last one is called Glam. And this one's like a shimmery dark pink kind of thing. Pretty. So there's all the shades together. Try and get my camera to focus at least for this last little. I don't know if it's gonna, sorry guys. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll just quickly show you guys the palette again, because once you start using those marbled shades, as you can see, they kind of smudge all together and they don't look as cute, but obviously that's to be expected. So I'm really excited to like give this palette a try on my eyes. I mean, I think they performed really well. I think for $15, like this is like a steal, because like let me just compare it to another palette I got, and this is no shade against Milani, because I really like this palette too. This was also on sale from I think $28 down to $15, but just to show you guys the comparison, because they have a similar like format or whatever, but sometimes it's hard to tell the scale on camera unless you put them side by side. So this is the Quo one, and this is the Milani one, but if I hold them literally side by side, you'll see you get a lot more product with the Quo one. It's just way bigger, and that's right side by side. It might look like I'm holding this one like way further up, but I'm touching these together. They're side by side. So as you can see, like the Quo one is way more product. It's way bigger. They have like almost the same kind of packaging too, except also you can tell when I hold them side by side this way, the Quo one is thicker, it's heavier, it feels more like a high-end palette. This one does. It's like, I would say better quality packaging for sure compared to this one, and like for the same, essentially the same price, I feel like, and I got them both on sale, so that was awesome. So like they're basically the same price regular as well. They're basically both $30 Canadian regular price, and then I got them both for $15 Canadian, so that's like actually an awesome deal. Yeah, the actual pan's obviously bigger in this one, so much bigger in this one. Oh, I can look at you guys through there. I'm like trying to figure out what's on camera when I can't see. But yeah, so if you live in Canada and you're going to the drugstore and trying to find something that would be like pretty decent quantity and quality for the price, this is just my first impression. I haven't tried it on my eye yet, but just based on that, I'm pretty confident this is going to perform pretty well on the eye. And yeah, I wanted to make this video mainly because I saw that, I guess because us Canadians up here, we don't have a lot of representation on YouTube, just because the population of Canada is so much smaller than the States. So brands like Quo, Shoppers Drug Mart brand or whatever, they never get videos made about them because there's nobody, like there's just very few YouTubers up here in Canada that are doing reviews and swatches and things like that for this brand, just because it's like not an American brand, and you know, yeah. But tell me what you guys thought of the swatches and stuff of this palette. If you own this palette too, like if you're Canadian too, like let me know, like, because I'm always curious about that. I do follow a few other YouTubers, like smaller YouTubers on here that are also Canadian, and so I've seen some of them make videos about this, but there's no like massively huge YouTubers on this platform, at least that I've discovered yet, that talk about like Quo that much. They may occasionally just like have a one-off video from when they went on a trip to Canada or something, but not consistently. And this is actually the first time I've tried this brand, so it is one of the more expensive brands that in terms of drugstore brands, because it's their house brand, and you know what, I think it's totally deserving of that. Like the actual pans are like a decent size, like they're like the size of like Jeffree Star's pans, like in terms of diameter or whatever, like measurement. So I think for the amount of money that they are charging, I mean $30 for this may be a bit next level, but like if you can steal it on sale, like I did for 15 bucks, that's like a good deal. I think it's a good deal. So let me know what you think. And if you have any ideas of other videos or other products you want to see swatches of or anything like that, that you want me to make, like, please comment that down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye guys.